Hello everyone and welcome back to ZakLiT educational channel. So in this video we are going to know the previous year's questions, what kind of questions are coming in the NTPC assistant officer position. This is specifically for the environmental management, and if you are applying for any other post also, you will get to know what standard of questions are coming in this NTPC examination. So it will be rapid revision kind of previous year's questions. We got it from some sources, and we will also provide you some short notes while discussing this question. So without much delay, let's start this very important video. So the first question which we got as a previous year's question is on your screen. Get ready with your notes so that you can note down. The question is, which method is commonly used to measure runoff? Yes, options are rain gauges, weirs, flow meters, soil moisture sensors. Here I have highlighted the options just to save the time and to give you the proper thing which will be important for the examination. So the correct option will be option B, weirs. Yes, it is the commonly used method to measure the runoff. So water runoff. Apart from that, you should also know all these four. Rainfall, it is measured with the help of rain gauge. Runoff or stream flow, it is measured with the help of weir. Soil water with the help of soil moisture sensor. Water velocity or water discharge, it is measured with the flow meter. So these four are the important technical terms you should note down. It may come from these units also, this question, this pattern. Coming to the next question on your screen. In the context of water flow, what is a cistern used for? And water supply thing. So here the cistern is used to store and supply the water. Yes, cistern, water storage and supply of water. Pressure gauge is used for pressure measurement. Wastewater treatment plant is for the wastewater treatment plant. So here cisterns specifically used to store and supply the water in the context of the water flow. I hope you are noting down these things. Coming to the next question which came in the previous year's questions in the NTPC examination. As per the source which we received, acid rain is harmful to which of the following elements? Plastic, limestone, sand and glass. So we all know this is a very simple question, limestone. But here you should also know the chemical reaction going on when acid rain happens. So acid rain, it contains sulfuric acid, H2SO4 and nitric acid, HNO3. Questions come from any part of this, you should note down. Where the limestone, when these acids react, what it will happen? So here limestone, that means calcium carbonate, CaCO3. When it reacts with the H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid present in the acid rain, it forms calcium sulfate, carbon dioxide and water. So this reaction gradually dissolves the limestone, damaging the statues, monuments and buildings. So here also the Taj Mahal, which is one of the important monuments of our nation, is also getting damaged because of this acid rain effect. You must be knowing this thing. Coming to the next question, it is a rapid revision kind of, will not stay in one question. Next question is, in which of the following regions does the highest amount of rainfall typically occur? So here four biomes are given: tropical rainforest, savanna, desert and tundra region. It will be tropical rainforest. Yes, tropical rainforest, it receives the highest amount of rainfall among the following biomes. And tundra, it is the tree-less vegetation. You should note down, tree-less vegetation, it is called as tundra. Here we should know about the tropical rainforest. They are located near the equator, where the temperatures remain high throughout the year. Yes, intense solar heating causes high evaporation. So this is our planet. This equator region, tropical rainforest are located. As a result, they receive the temperature that is from the sunlight, and it causes intense solar heating directly falling on the equator, causes high evaporation rate. That's why the air is warmer. Moist air, then it rises, then it cools down and condenses to form frequent rainfall. So as the temperature is more because of intense solar heating close to the equator, the warm moist air rises, it cools, condenses and forms frequent rainfall. And the annual rainfall is typically within what range? 200 to 450 centimeter or more. Coming to the next question. Which method is used for sludge removal in the wastewater treatment? Wastewater treatment, it is a very important unit. You should know about each and everything. So the centrifugation technique is the method used for sludge removal in the wastewater treatment. Apart from that, you should know filtration technique is used to remove the suspended solid. Yes, suspended solid which are present in the wastewater, they are removed with the help of filtration technique. Adsorption technique used to dissolve the pollutants. Chemical precipitation dissolves the contaminant removal by forming the precipitate. Yes, so these four are the important terms which is used in the wastewater treatment for the sludge removal. Coming to the next question, in water treatment, I'm again coming question from that unit. In water treatment, which process utilizes the gravity to move the suspended particles from water? It is sedimentation technique. Yes, among the four options, sedimentation will be the correct option in this. So you should also know the other techniques and what they do for the wastewater or water treatment. Coagulation, it is to particles they clump together in this process. In sedimentation, the flocks settle by the gravity. In filtration, remaining fine particles are removed. Chlorination technique, the addition of chlorine in which the pathogens are killed, which are present in the water. Coming to the next question, which process is used for sedimentation in wastewater treatment? Yes, the settling tanks are used for the sedimentation techniques, which is utilizes the gravity to remove the suspended particles in the wastewater treatment with the help of the settling tanks. Now coming to the next question. Question is, which of the following characteristics is true for prokaryotes? Yes, prokaryotes, eukaryotes, we must be knowing from our class 12th. U means true. U means true karyotes. So karyotes means that it is related to the nucleus. They are having the true nucleus. But prokaryotes, they lack the membrane bound organelles. Yes, the option C will be correct. They lack membrane bound organelles. They don't have the true nucleus. So other characteristics of the prokaryotic cells from the environmental biology this question, they are the unicellular organism. No true nucleus, DNA is located in the nucleoid. No membrane bound organelles are present. It possesses 70 S ribosomes, usually reproduces by binary fission, and it is generally smaller and simpler than the eukaryotic cells. Those are having the true nucleus, and the true nucleus, that is eukaryotic cells, they have the membrane bound organelles. I hope you are noting down these things. You can pause the video and note down. Let's move on to the next question. Coming to the next question, which method is commonly used for designing sewage systems? Yes, population projection and flow estimation is commonly used method for designing the sewage system. For example, sewage flow, this method, this formula you should know, is equal to population multiplied by the per capita wastewater generation. That means capital Q is equal to capital P multiplied by small q, where capital Q is equal to total sewage flow is equal to total population multiplied by the per capita wastewater generation. So here population projection and flow estimation, it is used to design the sewage system or to know the sewage flow. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following is an aerobic process? Aerobic means which requires oxygen. So here among the following, glycolysis, fermentation, TCA cycle, anaerobic respiration, TCA cycle will be the correct option, which is an aerobic process. We should know glycolysis. So the options are also important. The questions can come from that. So glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm of the cell with or without oxygen. It is not that it needs oxygen. It can or cannot do the performance. It may or may not with the help of oxygen. So the formula is C6H12O6, that is glucose, plus 2 ADP plus 2 PI plus 2 NAD plus, which gives 2 pyruvate plus 2 ATP plus 2 NADH plus 2 H plus and 2 water molecules. This equation also you should know, it can come. Fermentation, next option was fermentation. It occurs in cytoplasm in the absence of oxygen. So it is anaerobic. It is not an aerobic process. So here you should also read carefully anaerobic. There is a space in between aerobic. That means it is telling it should be aerobic. So in fermentation, what reaction happens? 2 pyruvate, it reacts with 2 NADH to produce 2 lactate, that is the lactic acid, plus 2 NAD plus. Coming to the next option, that was TCA. This cycle occurs in the mitochondrial matrix and requires oxygen indirectly. That means it is an aerobic process, but it requires oxygen indirectly, not directly. Next is products per acetyl coenzyme. The products are per acetyl coenzyme, 2 carbon dioxide, 3 NADH, 1 FADH2 and 1 GTP, which is equivalent to 1 ATP. I hope you are noting down all these things. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is, what is the primary product of conversion of the glucose to pyruvate in the cellular respiration? So here again, from the glucose cellular respiration, primary product is ATP. We all know the correct option will be option C. Overall reaction, again I am repeating, it will be glycolysis, breaking down of glucose. Lysis means breakage. Glycolysis means breaking down of glucose. Photolysis means breaking with the help of the photon or the lights. So lysis means breakdown. So here C6H12O6 plus 2 NAD plus 2 ADP plus 2 PI, which gives rise to 2 pyruvate plus 2 NADH plus 2 ATP, 2 water molecule and 2 H plus ion. Here lactic acid. Yes, lactic acid is produced during anaerobic fermentation after glycolysis, not directly from the glucose to pyruvate stage. Carbon dioxide, it is not produced during glycolysis. It is produced later in the Krebs cycle and pyruvate oxidation. ATP, main energy product of the glycolysis, that is the primary production for the conversion of glucose to pyruvate. Acetyl coenzyme, it is formed after pyruvate enters the mitochondrion, not during the glycolysis. Here it is asking the conversion of glucose, which is not glycolysis stage. So acetyl coenzyme formed after pyruvate enters the mitochondrion. So I hope you are noting down. Again I am repeating. Let's move on to the next question. Which gas is primarily associated with the smog formation? Yes, smog. Here nitrogen dioxide will be the correct option. So nitrogen dioxide is one of the most important gases involved in the formation of photochemical smog, especially in the urban areas with the heavy traffic. So smoke plus fog is equal to smog. So in the urban areas, because of the heavy traffic, the smoke containing nitrogen dioxide and other things, it causes smog. So nitrogen dioxide is released mainly from motor vehicles, thermal power plants, industrial combustion and fossil fuel burning. So in the presence of sunlight, nitrogen dioxide undergoes photochemical reaction that produces ozone and other oxidants, leading to the smog formation. So it is the main gas which is primarily associated with the smog formation, nitrogen dioxide. Coming to the next question. It is a chocolate question. Which parameter is used to measure the acidity or alkalinity of the water? It is the pH. Yes, pH measures the acidity or alkalinity of the water. Here you should know which parameter measures what. Turbidity measures the cloudiness of the water. pH measures the acidity or alkalinity. Conductivity measures the ability of the water to conduct the electricity by measuring the dissolved ions. So it finds what are the dissolved ions which has the ability to conduct the electricity in the water. Dissolved oxygen, amount of oxygen dissolved in the water. Coming to the next question. Next question is, what is the relationship between density and temperature of a liquid? Yes, density decreases with temperature. No need to read other options and get confused. You should know density decreases with temperature, because density is equal to mass by volume. We all know this formula is very important. If temperature decreases, volume increases. That means density decreases while mass remains constant. So if we increase the temperature of the liquid, its density will decrease, because density is equal to mass by volume, and the increase in temperature increases the volume. So next, coming to the next question. What does incineration involve? Incineration means burning waste at high temperature. So incineration is a waste management process in which solid waste is burned at very high temperature, typically 850 to 1200 degrees Celsius or higher, in specifically designed furnace called as incinerator. Yes. So what this process does, it converts the waste into heat energy, flue gases and ash. So ash, two kind of, bottom ash and fly ash. Fly ash is used for making the fly ash bricks also. Pyrolysis means no oxygen, 0% oxygen is used in that process of burning. Gasification, limited oxygen is used. Incineration, excess oxygen is used. So these three are important terms as per the waste is converted or anything which is heated. Pyrolysis, no oxygen. Gasification, limited oxygen. Incineration, excess oxygen. Let's move on to the next question. What is the permissible daytime noise limit in the residential area as per the Indian standards? Yes, this is also important. This table you should learn first. In silence zone, daytime limit, that is from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. is 50 decibel and night time is 40 decibel. Residential area, 55 decibel is the daytime limit, 45 decibel is the nighttime limit. Commercial area, 65 decibel is the daytime limit and nighttime limit is 55 decibel. Similarly, in the industrial area, the limit is little bit more, highest than the other three zones, 75 decibel at daytime and nighttime 70 decibel as per the Noise Pollution and Regulation and Control Rule 2000. So here the question was asking daytime noise limit in the residential area. So it will be how much? It will be option number B, 55 decibel. We came to know from this table. You should also make this table if you haven't made. Let's move on to the next question. Is noise considered a form of air pollution? The question again from noise. Yes, noise is also considered a form of air pollution. So Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act was in 1981, which originally the Air Act dealt with the conventional air pollutants only. But its amendment in the 1987, it made it to the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Amendment Act 1987. It expanded the definition of the air pollutants as per the section 2A. Remember, as per the section 2A, air pollutant means they are any solid, liquid or gaseous substance, including the noise present in the atmosphere in such concentration as may be or tend to injurious to human beings, other living creatures, plants, property or environment. So this is as per the amendment of the Air Act that was in 1987. Noise is also considered as the form of air pollution which may cause injury to the human beings, living creatures, plants, property or environment. Coming to the next question. What is the Basel Convention primarily concerned with? Yes, Basel Convention is primarily concerned with the waste management and its disposal. Key facts, it was adopted in 22nd of March 1989, but it entered into the force on 5th May 1992 after 3 years. Yes, its aim is to reduce the hazardous waste generation and promotion of environmentally sound management of the hazardous waste as per the Basel Convention. Its aim is also to restrict the transboundary movement of hazardous waste except where in accordance with the environmentally sound management from one country to another. That restriction should be there as per the rules and to regulate the system applying to cases where the transboundary movements are permissible. This is regarding the Basel Convention, brief key facts which we have given. So these were some of the frequently asked questions which were from the previous year's questions of the NTPC examination which we collected. I hope you have noted down and they were easy questions only, but the concept you should know and short notes you should revise. I hope you have learned something new from here. All the very best for the examination. Don't forget to subscribe the channel for further updates. See you guys in our next video. Till then, keep smiling and believe in yourself.